Welcome to Dobby's Repairs. I'm Dobby the Fixing Elf, and this is what's in my toolbox, the series where I show you the tools I use to repair cars and fix things. So let's find out what's in my toolbox today. And in this installment, we have these three Tec Spring Compressors. These are pretty handy little spring compressors. They are basically three parts, I say. So the bottom bracket, the top bracket, were interchangeable whichever way around you want them, and the drive screw, which is a 24mm end on it. And they work very well. They have good range of motion. And yeah, pretty handy. I've got some footage of these in action that I'll show you later in the video. Before I show you the footage though, I'll just quickly go through a few maintenance tips for these. So these need to be greased before you use them. There's a lot of pressure on this thread rod, and greasing will help keep it secure and make it last longer. So what I normally do is I would slide this lovely piece all the way up and put the grease here and then slide it back down. And then I'd work the thread and put some more grease in here afterwards. And I work the thread up like this. And that just helps lubricate all the bolts. You can take these right apart. You've got two nuts just inside here. Be careful not to unthread them. But you've got quite a decent range of size spring. Obviously the further out these 2 points are, the harder it is to compress at the end. You can only compress to a certain distance. You don't really want to be compressing a spring as tight as you could get, because when it gets that small, you really don't want to be compressing a spring down that much. There's a lot of force behind there, and springs can be quite dangerous when they're compressed. And here's just some footage of it actually in action. So you can see I'm lining up this spring clamp with the other one. It's quite a tough job to get lined up, but once you get them lined up, you can start compressing down like this. It's always good to do a few turns on each side at a time. Just take it steady and slow so you get everything in the right way. That's the real key with these, just taking everything steady and compressing things down at a nice slow pace. Don't want to over tighten things, keep an eye on both sides. And yeah, I'll show you a bit of footage of a new spring that I fully compressed as well. As you can see, here's a new spring that I fully compressed from. It does work pretty well. I should also say that these came with some metal brackets that weren't very good at all. They were like metal hook brackets to hook these on and supposedly hold these better in place. I found they didn't work very well and they just bent and broke. So that wasn't very good. But yeah, so I highly recommend that. Obviously another thing, good tip if you're compressing a spring, is you want to keep these two parts as opposite to each other as possible, so as parallel as possible to each other. That way it gives you the most tightest compression without anything slipping out or flying off. Yeah, you keep them nice and parallel. So on to my final thoughts on these spring compressors. They are pretty good. I'm going to give them a 3 spanner rating. The reason why is they're not the most secure. There are better options out there if you've got more of a budget or more time to wait for them to turn up. This is the set I got. They work really well. I've used them on a couple of different springs now. I do say they work better on regular suspension springs rather than McPherson springs. But yeah, they are pretty handy and they do the job. If you enjoyed this video, why not drop a like? Any questions or feedback? Let me know in the comments. I normally drop 2 videos a week. So if you haven't subbed to the channel yet, you should, and then you'll never miss another video. Do you know anyone else who would enjoy watching this video? Then feel free to share it with them. Thanks for watching until the end. Have a sensational day.